Hi, now we are going to see about ISESI component. ISESI. This ISESI is an IP-based protocol that establishes and manages the connections between host, storage connections, and everything that is encapsulated through using TCP/IP packets, and everything has been widely connected with relatively using a FC-SAN protocol that does not exist. And now I'm going to see about the components and host connectivity. What are the components of IP protocol, ISESA protocol? It has components. What are they? First one, this has host. Host is always mentioned as initiator. That is, we always call it as server, initiator, host, everything. And that connects with the target, that connects with the storage array, that connects with the target. The second component is target. Storage or ICSI gateway. ISA gateway. The next component is IP based network that has connected in between. IP based network. These connections are deployed using the ICSI capable network communicated, that is directly communicated between storage array over the IP network. Storage array is directly connected to the IP network, and that implementation that exists between FC array for ICSI communication. What is FC array? Is like FC IP gateway that connects even with the IP network. And this host connectivity has bridging, and this bridging bridges the bridges the server details to other part of the host and other part of the storage array using these bridges, and these bridges selects the communication path, and the translation of IP packets and the frames has happened through these bridges. See, you can see this, right? Yeah. And the next is host connectivity, and the host connectivity is a line that has NIC standard, that has NIC software ICSI initiated standard that makes an TCP offload engine as like TCP offload engine, TCP offload engine, and that is referred as TOE, and that is referred as TCP offload engine is referred as TOE with NIC software. Okay, this function has root commands. This function has root commands. Root commands are available here that helps to travel through the IP network. Traverse through IP network. Okay, the standard with NIC software is like, it is very simplest form and least expensive. Why this is like used as a bridge, and why this is used as an initiator, and why this is like serves the computers in a best process is like, it is because most servers come with the least one, and in many cases two or more NICs can be embedded. In a least case only one, and in most cases there are more than one computer, more than one host, more than one network is connected to this ICSI standard, and that's the reason this becomes least connectivity, and that supports the data to travel in a very minimal cost, and the expensive also a little low. And this functionality, because that provides the NIC function that encapsulates the SCSI data into IP packets. Also, thus encapsulation and decapsulation that has happened between server side and receiver side, When this happens with this encapsulation and decapsulation, the data are carried in a perfect manner and does not make a leakage. And the host places the additional overhead to the host CPU. That's the reason your inputs are not leaked outside. Okay, this TOE, that is TCP offload engine, NIC, that manages the TCP functions from the host and leaves only with the ISCSI functional to the host processor. And this host passes the ISCSI information to TOE card. And this TOE card from the functional host processor that makes a sender copy and the receiver copy that sends the information to the destination through using TCP IP, although this improves the solution to performance and the functionality, and that is handled by the software initiator. Also we have a ICSI HBA. ISCSI HBA. This ISCSI HBA is capable of providing performance benefits because of its offloads entire TCP processing to the HBA process. That boosts the operating system to whatever the overloading is there, that boosts the system to make the function, to process the function in a similar manner so that no data are stuck in between, so that your traffic is cleared, so you could make a bridging process in a procedural way. And now the next topic is ISCSI topologies. ISCSI topologies. Okay, the next is ICSI topologies, and ICSI topologies are that has two types of topologies. One is native topology, and the next one is bridge topology. The native topology does not have FC components, and the bridge topology that enables the coexistence with the FC component, and these are connected through the IP network, and this bridge functionality has FC coexistence environment. Okay, this FC components are not available here in native. FC components are available in bridged. This enables the array. This native components enables this array. Array elements are enabled here, but in the bridge component, ICSI ports that are connected with the FC components that illustrates the host connectivity. Also, the array does not exist here, but it is connected with the external device called gateway or multi-protocol router. This is connected with the external gateway or multi-protocol router that facilitates the communication between ICSI host to the FC storage bridge. Okay, and this is an initiator logged into the network, but this performs like a bridged option for connecting Ethernet ports to FC ports. The communication between FC and IP environment is referred as bridge. Okay, and this ICSI bridge initiator has ISCSI initiator, and that is configured with the gateway of IP address in the target destination. And on one more thing here is, this is a combining of, if we have a combination of FC and native ICSI component that is commonly used, and that has typically connected with the IP network. We'll see a diagram that is like, see, this is a server and this is a storage array. There is a port here and there is a port here, and the port are connected through the IP network. And this is an ISCSI HBA. and this is an port, ISCSI port. This is an port and this is an HBA. This is referred as native ISCSI connectivity. Okay. See, when we move to bridged component, there will be one or more servers will be connected, and IP network is connected with each other. That also has ISCSI, HBA, okay, and these are connected to ISCSI gateway. And these are connected to the gateway, and this can be connected to the FC fiber channel SAN. See how the bridge concepts are connected. This bridge that connects IP network as well as the FC network, and that are connected to the storage array. This is how the bridge connectivity is happened with the ISCSI component. When we have both the connectivities are made, there will be the individuality in the connectivities. One server will see there is a storage array. There is a server 1, server 2, and one is connected with the IP network, another one is connected with the FC network, and both are connected individually to the storage array. These are the three types of connections that are made, the topologies that are made, IP, FC, the three types of connections that are made using the ISCSI topologies. Okay, this is clear. Okay, the next topic is ISCSI protocol stack. ISCSI protocol stack. And this ISCSI protocol stacks that has protocol layers, also encapsulation orders, and the delivery through the physical carrier. See how what all the the thing it protocol stack has is like protocol layers. It has protocol layers. It has encapsulation orders. Encapsulation orders and the delivery through the physical carrier. Delivery through the physical carrier. This are the three functions that has happened here in the protocol stack. And let us see the layers of protocol stack. Here we have four, see, I'll just show you. This is a little bigger. I'll put the diagram like this manner. Okay. We have a OSI model. OSI model. What are the components of OSI model which is connected with this IP ISCSI protocol is this. First is application, the next layer session, third is transport, network, data link. The next is SCSI, ISCSI, TCP, IP, Ethernet. And this has target. SCSI, ISCSI, TCP, IP, Ethernet. This as OSI model has initiator as well as the target, and the initiator has all these components, and the target also has every components as like same manner, and that are connected. SCSI commands and data. See, this is the protocol stack diagram. It has OSI model, ISCSI initiator, ISCSI target. Also, this has the connection process. First, connection is made with the Ethernet, then IP, TCP, ISCSI, SCSI to data. And this SCSI, everything which is connected, and that initially first your Ethernets are connected, then IP is connected, then TCP is connected, then ISCSI and SCSI to the next will be the data. This is how your process has happened. The Ethernet sends the informations as like frames. This Ethernet sends the information in the form of frames, and this IP that moves the frames to packets, and that packets are segmented, and it selects the window of which format it has to be moved, and that requires the discovery of login details of both sender and the receiver, and that data and commands are encapsulated and decapsulated in this place. This is how your data is connected and how your data is moved through the ICSI network. And this has 5 layers of OSI model. One is application, session, transport, network, and data link. Data link is like Ethernet layer, network layer is IP layer, transport layer is transmission control protocol, session layer in ICSI. Session layer, what it does is it sessions the login details and the discovery, and the application layer makes the encapsulation decapsulation function. This is how your TCP ISCSA protocol stack works. This has command protocol that works at the application layer of the open system interconnection. Okay, and the initiators and targets of SCSA commands that responds and receives the information between each other. And the SCSA command descriptor blocks, data and the status messages are encapsulated and decapsulated into TCP/IP transmission protocol in the network between the initiators and the targets. And the SCSA command are sessioned in the session protocol layer that initiates the reliable session between devices that commands with the TCP/IP. And the interface between the ISCSA protocol is a session layer that is responsible for login and authentication of the target discovery. And the SCSA protocol transport layer has reliable transmission, control over the message flow window and every recovery and retransmission. This relies on the OSI model of global addressing and connectivity. Okay, and this is a physical connection network between ISCSA protocol stack. Okay. The next topic is protocol data unit. PDU is referred as protocol data unit. This is the basic information unit. This is the basic information unit. This is a basic information unit that are used for communicating between sender and receiver, that is initiator and the target. This is the basic information that are used to communicate between sender and receiver, and this communicates with each ISCSA target and the initiator component, and this communicates between establishing ISCSA connections via sessions, performing the discovery options, as well as sending the data and commands and receiving the data and commands in a perfect manner. Okay, this PDU contains one or more larger header segments. Also, this has IP packet to facilitate the transport. This makes the IP packet, the data makes into a packet format for making the transportation to facilitate easy transmission. This has header, and that extracts the data and commands for the target, and that adds an optional CRC, and that adds optional CRC to the header function to ensure data integrity. See, we'll have a picture here. IP. This complete segment we call it as IP packet. IP packet. An IP packet and a data of an IP packet consists of IP header, TCP header, basic header segment, additional header segment, header digest, data and header data digest. All these are combinedly called as an IP packet. Okay, and what we call it as TCP segment. TCP segment is like this, complete. This complete form, TCP leaving IP header, TCP header, basic header segment, additional header segment, header digest, data and header data digest, everything completely is referred as TCP segment. And what is called as protocol data unit. Here the protocol data unit is like from the basic header to the header data digest. This part is referred as, this complete part is referred as protocol data unit, PDU, ISCSI PDU. This is referred as protocol data unit part. Okay. The next, this is how your data unit is described. The next topic is ISCSI discovery. And the discovery has two ways. One is send target discovery, internet storage name service. This ISCSI discovery has two ways. One is send target discovery, another one is internet storage name service. An initiator must discover the location of the target. What is discovering? The data which I am sending from server to the receiver. Initially I have to discover where the receiver is placed and how the network is connected and what is the name of the receiver. And name of the receiver I have to mention. Right? Always we send an email. Whenever we send an email, we mention the data and we give the data, whatever the data which we are willing to send, the data is completely is there. And those data is sent to the other person, to send to the network, send to the other part of the place, other part of the network. How we are sending? From the sender to the receiver using the name. What is called as name? We call here as in the email format, we call that as an email ID. The ID is placed, the name of the server is placed there, the name of the receiver is placed there. So the target name is mentioned and that establishes the data from the sender to the receiver. Only the name ID, which you are mentioning, the only that person can view the data, right? And the send target discovery that initiates the manual configuration from the target network to the portal established to data, and that sends the target command, and that through the network is responded, and the name and address of the target is available in the host. So you have to mention the name and address of the host which you are sending. This makes the automatic discovery of the ICSI devices to the IP network, and that initiates the target to be reached to that particular person.